Bit of a different one today. Rather than Zwift racing, we've got a bit of a race chase. It's on the Volcano climb after party circuit. Now, contrary to the 25 miles on the top right, I think it's more like 20. Yeah, it's just come on the central graphic, 23.3 miles. And there's three different sets of grades setting off. You've got the Bs, the Cs, and the Ds. The Ds go out first. I think there's a 5 minute gap, and the Cs set off. And 10 minutes later, as we have just done now, the Bs have set off. 19 Bs, B riders. So I'm not sure how to play this. The bottom line is we need to, I guess, the approximate timings is if we all work at our expected watts per kilo, the Bs, the Cs, and the Ds finish over the line at roughly the same time. I guess that's the aim of the game. But we're chasing C's down, who will be chasing D's down, and hopefully we can be first over the line as a group. So it is a group ride in respect of the B's need to work together to catch those C's. Now, 5 minutes is a lot in spite of the 23 miles. It's a lot of time, and being almost a low category B, I think that's probably fair for myself. I've been in the C category for a long time. I know there's some very strong riders, so for me to be giving those top C categories 5 minutes start on just over 23 miles, it seems a lot, but let's see. You can see, yeah, we've been pulled along there. I'm at the front-ish, just trying to get a draft here because we're doing 250 watts, even slightly in the draft. Someone's gone off over the front there, and a credit to them, and we need to be catching them. I'm going to try and do a bit of time early on at the front if I can, perhaps for a mile or so. But just for a moment, I'm just catching my breath here. This was a bit, as I said, it's a bit of an unknown. You can see the course there. There is a steep climb up the volcano at the end, but it's a repeated course of 1, 2, 3 laps, I think. What is it? I think it's 650 feet climb, perhaps a bit more. But it's the distance, that's the key. So I'd be expecting to average about 250 watts, which might be about 3.3, 3.4 for me, over a distance over 20 miles. I think that's fair. So I'm going off here, you can see I'm just pulling out roughly around 300 watts. Just having a little turn on the front. I'm not accelerating, sprinting, because just reading the notes or listening to some of the other riders, they were anticipating they were doing 3.2 to start, and then they'd push it to 3.6 and at times 4. But I'm just not used to this race, and it's all new to me, so I just need to be careful. I don't want to blow out. Critically for me, I'm guessing there's some 4 watt per kilo B riders in this, so I want to try and go over the line with the front B riders. If I do that, well, I suspect we'll have probably beaten the C riders. Just looking at the power figures for some of the riders in this category, they can achieve 4.2 watts a kilo, a lot stronger than me. So I need to be careful I don't get dropped, otherwise I won't be catching any C riders on my own, especially a group of them. So 21.5 miles to go. I'm averaging 241. I'm in 14th gear, I should be in 15th. It was a really cold evening in my shed, and it took me a bit to get the legs warmed up, to be fair. And I couldn't get, it seemed a bit more difficult than usual in 15th gear. I've been on the bike for 10 minutes, so everything should have warmed up. Anyway, here we go. I'm just sat kind of in a draft in the blob of the B riders. Let's speed this up. So there's no ridiculous climbs into the end, but as you saw there, there's something here, but nothing ridiculous. Yeah, I think it goes roughly, what have we got? Perhaps 100 feet, 100 feet, 100 feet for 3 laps, and then you've got perhaps 350 to finish up the volcano. Look, averaging 248 watts here. Now I was expecting again, perhaps, yeah, look, I'm having to do 300 watts there and I'm not on the front. You know, that's a lot when you're doing 20 miles. It is for me. 15th gear here, so I think I've properly warmed up. Only 8 miles into the race, 15 miles to go. Let's have a look. Now I keep seeing it is difficult, and I'm not sure who can find this information out, but it seemed like the riders at the front were aware of how far the C group were in front, and that's quite important. And every so often you see a little indication on the right, a little message saying they were whatever 3-5 kilometres in front. I think they've communicated on Discord, as you can see on the right. We need to push more if we want to catch up to C and D. I was thinking I was pushing quite hard here, and I'm not sure whether I had another 15 miles at this pace. Mario, as you can see from the comments there, I think, let's hold 3.8 watts per kilo. I mean, that's my absolute FTP, so perhaps we hold that for 10 minutes. But again, I was thinking, you know, this could, I could easily get dropped, burn all my matches. Someone's gone off on the front there. Now you'll see shortly, as we get over the 12 mile mark, I'm really on the limit with another 8 miles to go. And I would have really wanted to jump on the front like everybody else and take a turn, but I'll tell you, to be honest, I'm hanging on. I was hanging on from 10 miles, just coming up in a minute. Hanging on as in, I need to finish this race and not get dropped. So I had nothing in me. If I'd have gone and accelerated away, pulled the group, I'd have probably been dropped by the group as they caught me up. So yeah, so there's some doing 5 watts a kilo and 4 watts a kilo there on the front. You can see on the left, I'm putting it in here. 246 average watts. I mean, it is a great type of race. You know, chasing down the sea riders. It means you're on full gas, pretty much. I did expect, for some reason, though, that after 10-15 miles we might catch the D riders because we were flying. And I guess D riders are perhaps, what, 2 to 2.5 watts a kilo. Yeah, perhaps that's a bit, a bit too positive, that. Bit unrealistic. Little climb here, just needed to keep near the front. Having to do 400 watts here. The group are, here we go there. First D rider caught, yellow jersey, D rider on the back, as you'd seen. I'm saving that feather, because I don't need it for these little climbs. You can see that took a lot out of me. They've all gone past me. and I need to get back in the group there. I've had to stand up 472 watts there to get back into that pack. And you can see the Scott on the front doing between 4.1 and 4.5, 4.7 actually, watts a kilo there. I'm thinking, well, another 13 miles to go, and I'm having to stand up to keep in the blob. 248 watts average. Again, it's not that. I'm used to doing the Zwift racing, which recently has been rather less than 23 miles. In fact, some races have been, I think, just over 8, 10, 12 maximum for the last few months. So jumping up, doing another 80% of that on top is very, I'm just not training, I've just not been training for rides like that. 12.8 to go, almost 25 minutes gone. Again, the Scots holding strong, very strong. Back in the pack there. Let's close this. So that means someone's going to go off again. So just as I get into the back of the pack, they go off attacking again. And I understand why, because we're chasing them down, but I kind of felt a bit embarrassed that I couldn't do my turn on the front. There's no way I'm going on the front here for probably more than 100 metres. And as I said, I'll just burn myself out and get dropped. So we're coming on to the second 1% clear. Yeah, it's a nothing climb, this is. It's just a tiny gradient. 2 riders removed by the fence. Let's not try and increase that number. I'm assuming that means 2 B riders were dropped off our group, because what you'll see now, 3, 6, 9. So there's 9 B riders here out of the 19. Well, there's a C rider we caught there, and the blue jersey. Let's speed this up. I'm still in there, holding on. 250 average. Look, I got dropped there, back in the pack. 12.5 miles, another D rider soaked up, and another one. Remember, we've caught 1 C rider, but I guess perhaps that's not the pack. 9 miles to go. Still in there, 15 miles almost gone. There you go. 15 miles done, and I'm still riding in the front 9. Key is, where are these C riders? I wouldn't expect to see them yet, unless they were a weaker group. We're picking off a few that have been obviously dropped, like this rider here, obviously been dropped from the pack. But I think this C group, the actual bubble at their front pack, was very strong, and they were very well disciplined, working together. 606 calories done. 7.9 miles to go. 35 minutes, almost 36 finish. I'm in the group, holding on, hanging on. Great exercise this. What a great, I think it's 50 odd minutes exercise at this. You know, completely different to the Zwift racing. As I said, it's just much more stamina. Keeping that power for a much longer time period, probably 20 minutes longer than I'm used to. At just below what I usually race at on FTP. I don't know why they're asking, is there a climb? You can see it on the graphic. Perhaps a sarcastic comment. Still got the feather. Obviously I've got to keep it for that climb at the end. Don't need to be wasting it. Nearly 16 miles done here. 7.4 to go. I'm alright here. Or 300. I put 300 plus watts in there. You see it jumping up and down my wattage, top left. 4. a 9B riders. The Scott Moore is putting in over 5 watts a kilo again on the front. Tremendous. And that GT72 doing his bit. Very small B group, I assume. Sorry, 7 miles to the finish. And if you look on the course, there's a rider in front, probably 100 metres, and one in front of him. You can actually see the blob if you look. It's just out of the picture now. It's around that bend. I just don't know the distance of that. Yeah, only 4 riders in B. Yeah, sorry, Jason, I wasn't doing my bit because I'm hanging on. You lot, you 4 watt per kilo riders. I'm sorry, I can't be jumping on the front with you lot. Far too quick. I'll just get dropped. So if you want me in the blob to get a bit of draft from, that's fine. But I can't go on the front. Also, be off you won't be able to draft from me. You're far too strong for me. Picking off a D rider again there. You see, when you get dropped from the packs, whether you're D, C or B, you've absolutely no chance of clinging on because you've got, well, in this case, 9 strong riders and they're going at some pace. You can't compete with that, and they're drafting. You know, the whole blob is moving at some pace. You can't compete as a single rider on that. 6.3 miles to go, 17 complete, nearly 40 minutes. I think I was struggling by this point. It really was. 248 average, 663 calories. I'm doing 90 RPM, 15. That's, yeah, typical for me on the flats. Desperately hanging on. I'm going to pick another D off here. You can see the yellow spot. Oh, you can see the rider in front actually. So I think there's a D. See the D's, I can't remember how many started. You can see a blue C in front, and I think in front of them, a couple of C's in front, and then one more that's just been dropped from the pipe. But if you look on the top graphic, top right, just going onto the straight now, I think they're all blues. I think that's the lead blue pack, the C pack. So if you can see, we're not exactly closing them quickly, and there's 5.7 miles to go. That's a challenge. And you can see here, look, I'm struggling here. I'm having to stand up 450, 400 watts. They are, I mean, these front riders. yeah, me too. Seratore, these are killing me, these front riders. Crazy horses, absolutely. Stood up again, got back in, getting that draft. If I can get to 20 miles, that would be a massive achievement. Look, I'm already falling off again. The pace was relentless. 5.4 miles to go. Look there, stand up, 270. There you go, 400. We'll just pick this blue off. And again, they've gone off again. I can't keep this up. Too strong. Stood up again, forcing this like mad. Surprised my average isn't more than that. It's 249, 5.2 miles to go. I'm absolutely on the limit. Remember, with that climb to do at the end, probably 300 feet to climb. There's a C and a D here. Yeah, you can see the pack in front, which has a couple of Ds, I think, and the rest of the blue Cs. Just going around that corner. Can we catch them with 5 to go? The pace is strong. I'm in the draft here doing 323, 50 watts, and I'm struggling. Come on, stay in here. I mean, tremendous exercise this for me. Riding against stronger B riders than me. I need to get back in there again. I know I keep saying this, but this is it. I'm just... They are much stronger riders. Look how they're in a group now, working together. I need to get right in the back of them. 4.7 to go. Stand up again. But I can't get dropped. There you go. Get in the thick of it. I bet they think I'm going to do a turn on the front. I've no chance. I've only just got into the pack again. Desperately trying not to be dropped here. You can see the blues in front. 4.6 miles, so we're going to catch them, definitely. That's the blue pack in front, I reckon they've got 2 yellows, 2 Ds, and there could be, I can't remember how many started, I don't want to guess. That's a big blob, and they're all sticking together, but we are absolutely chasing them down. 249 average, 723 calories, 400 feet climbed, so that says to me that it's probably going to be 250 max on the final climb. We're chasing that pack. We can see them. You can see them on the road here, and they can obviously see us flying up behind them. Nearly 45 minutes done, 4.2 miles to go. Yeah, we're going to catch them. Yeah, the Italian there, we got them. Look, I'm trying my best. Here, get back in again. I'm not letting them catch that pack, and then I'm not part of this. There's no chance. Their pack is quite disjointed. Look at it. They're not a blob. They're all disjointed, which is a bonus. I'm here. I'm chasing. I'm in the back now. You can see that. Yeah, they're not working together now. They're just every man for them, lady for themselves. Get back into the pack again. Come on. Ciao. B group, super work. I mean, it was. I'm sorry I couldn't help on the front as much. Here we go. We're right into the blues now. Those greens have been dropped. They've dropped me here. Funnily enough, I got to the blues. All of the blues here. They're all in a line. But that's not joint. And I couldn't keep. They dropped me here. I did 19 and a half and had nothing left. I think some of those blues are trying to keep with the greens, you see. Boom. Get back into the... If I can just get into those front blues. Yeah, I'm passing them slowly. Bear in mind we were 5 minutes behind these. Yeah, the greens are off on the front, can you see? They've gone past the blues, so they've easily beaten the blues there. I've got a pack of blues now, like a pack of hounds around me now. And I've no one to work with or protect me. And I can't catch those front blues because of 249 average. They started 5 minutes before me though. 3.3 miles to go. Almost 20 miles, there we go. 46 minutes at this pace. Bicolour blob, correct. We're about to go up that volcano in a minute. 15th gear, 248 average, 90 RPM, 762 calories. There you go, 248 watts. Need to try and catch that little group of 3 in front. See if these other blues will work with me. Yeah, it seems so. I can't quite catch them. Yeah, these look strong. Yeah, Oh, we've caught these blues up now. We've absorbed those. So we've got a pack working. Oh, we've passed them. 2 to catch up front. And you can see in front that blob. Yeah, I'm riding with the seas here. There's nothing I can do. So it's about getting as quick a time as possible. Remember, I've started 5 minutes behind these seas, so it's not as it appears completely. Looks like the start. No, there's a flat bit to go yet before the volcano. Incidentally, we don't go right to the top of this graphic on the right. We do probably 3/4 of it. I'm not sure why that happens, but it just does. So I'm going strongly up here, powering through. It's pouring it down. Yeah, you can see the blob in front. You've got the green riders at the front. And then it's a bit of blue. I think you've still got a D in that front pack that's ahead of us. I mean, fantastic work. A little bit of a group here of these seas. I'll end up finishing with these. Nearly 21 miles done. There you go, 48 minutes completed. Not a lot in the tank for the Volcano, no kidding. We're going to catch up to this lone rider here, I suspect. He'll be absorbed, she'll be absorbed into the pack. And then there's a D rider. So it's a nice little group working here. I didn't have the strength to attack off the front here. Just done too much work for almost 50 minutes. Completely split. Look at the field on the front. Completely split. 3.7 or 2 miles to go, sorry. I reckon on the right it's 3.7 miles to the top of that peak, but weirdly the finish is only 1.9 miles. Now we know there's 650 feet, so the 1.9 miles is obviously accurate, having done almost 490 feet. Nearly 50 minutes done. Caught the B rider on the flat here. Everyone's drafting off me. Doesn't matter now. I'm just trying to get a good time. I can't catch all the seas, obviously. We'll absorb this rider here, the French rider. Well, there's D rider here. He's not been refusing to be dropped. Well done. Tremendous. Yeah, that D's riding with us. Excellent. These C riders were strong. 818 calories. It's probably 200 more than I'd do in a Zwift race. Still keeping the average 247. Almost 500 feet climbed. Pouring it down, Jay Taylor. Dutch and the Welsh there. 1.3 miles to go. Going to hit the climb any minute now. 15th gear still. Under 200 watts. I'm just preparing for the climb actually. 1.2. This was difficult, flipping out. When you get, I guess I'm going to finish at roughly 900 calories. When you're doing that, well, perhaps 875, but when you're doing that amount of calories in under an hour, and you're not, you've find it very difficult at the age I'm at. I'm not having any gels or anything like that. I've eaten beforehand. 1 mile to go. 504 feet, 52 minutes. Stand up there to get at the front. Stop raining here. Just before the climb. Bit of a dip here. I think it turns into an ascent round this left-hander. The seas are coming back. I just dropped off the pace, that's why. Fascinating, this style of racing. I'll definitely be doing this type of racing again, there's no doubt. It's a really good, in between the quick fire, less than 12 mile Zwift races, this is fantastic for fitness. 0.6 miles. Now, I'll be honest here, with this orange coming up, I didn't go as hard because I wasn't sure it was 0.5 miles to the top. I kept thinking on the right, there's 2.3 miles of climb, so I didn't go all out. You can see I'm just preparing, just having my water bottle. I thought I'll go at a steady front pace, I'll be fine, and I'll be able to last 2.2 miles up this climb while they're going out heavy. Going to catch 2D riders here, I think. They've been working together, fair play. Gone through past them. So I wasn't thinking there's 0.3 of a mile to go. I'm thinking there's 2.1 mile. And it wasn't the case. Someone explained that to me. You can see we're catching the main group, or it's just in front there. If I knew this was only 1.2 mile, I would have gone all out for that last 0.2, but I'm just sat down doing 280 watts, as you can see. Regardless, fantastic fitness test. Really enjoyed it. Let's pick a few more riders off here. And you'll see I finish in 55 minutes something. And going over afterwards, all the sea riders, the best sea riders finished, I think, in 58 minutes. So I've done 3 minutes quicker than any of the sea riders. Obviously, I haven't caught them because they started 5 minutes before me. But if you just think about that, and I think we were 7 or 8 minutes faster than the D riders. There we go, through the barrier, all done. 55 minutes of grafting at 246 average. 3.3 watts a kilo. Ended at 1 minute 35 behind the quickest rider, the winner. Well done. Look, 4.1 watts a kilo, 3.7, 4.3, 4.1 watts for 55 minutes. I mean, far stronger riders. And when I looked, everybody had more than 3.3 in the top 8 riders for the B class. I finished 55 minutes, very proud. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Thank you.